Long time no see, everyone. It's your old mate Chicagon back at it again. This time with a look at some pieces and a very, very interesting look at what's to come for 2024 on the channel. Now, as always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and comments are very, very much appreciated. Discord chat is still very fun as well. People are discussing on whether, at the moment, whether navy is a welcome color or not. I will not chime in, for I do not have positive things to say about navy. But everyone's different. To each their own. Maybe you like navy. That doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't affect me directly. And let's keep it that way. So I wanted to talk about something that I've been talking about, I guess, with friends IRL and mentioned in the Discord a bit briefly. But I'm planning for 2024 to have a no-buy year. And Chicagon, huck. You may say, what is a no-buy 2024? Well, let me tell you right now. Sorry. It's very, very simple. A no-buy 2024, I'm planning to not purchase any pieces of clothing, be they secondhand or new, even though we already don't really buy new here, as a way to practice appreciating the wardrobe that I have and making the most of what I have and getting more in tune with what I have. Now, this is going to sound a bit silly, but there will be rules that do allow for some purchasing. I will get into them shortly, but I do want to talk about more why I want to do this to begin with. Now, I do see that a lot of YouTubers will go on about how, as a YouTuber, as a content creator, and if you are doing fashion-related content, you do feel obliged to continually buy and invest in things just to make content, to do this, to do that. And look, I understand. In my position though, this channel doesn't really generate revenue. Like, to be completely honest, I make about $30 AUD a month. Mainly off an old Rick Owens video that still somehow does numbers. But that maybe in USD is maybe like $20. So that money's not really going towards funding anything. If anything, that's just helping me pay the odd bill every now and again. Don't get me wrong though, I'm very, very humbled and amazed that I even make any money off this at all. But just wanted to put it into perspective that that money's not funding, purchases of clothing and doing that. That's out of my pocket and my pocket alone. I like to fund most of my things by selling other things and also reselling things. And I have that cyclical nature to try and fund stuff for myself. But with that being said, I do find myself buying things a lot on impulse, or I'll see it and be like, oh, it's actually really cool. Or I have like a collector's nature. Like, I really want a lot of the staff shirts. I want a lot of the staple pieces like the karasu pants, the hakama pants, the wrap pants, and so on and so forth. So with purchasing, it does get out of hand. And I've been tracking all my purchases and all my sales. And I do see that I spend quite a lot just buying things. I enjoy buying things. And upon reflection, I don't like how that's become of me. And yes, I may have felt some pressure to, get things, do unboxing videos. As you may have noticed, we haven't done an unboxing on this channel for quite some time. Genuinely, I don't really like doing them. And I know that they are some of the most popular videos, but if the content people are coming to see is just me unboxing stuff, then you just think like, well, I need to keep doing that because that's the content that people want. And I don't want to feel boxed into, there's a pun there. I don't want to feel boxed into just opening stuff. I understand the joy in it, and I understand that people are more than welcome to do it. I just don't feel like that makes sense in a channel that we are focusing on being sustainable, doing our best to buy things secondhand and make the most of that. So that's where this idea for No Buy 2024 came from. And I hope to be able to do my best with it. So I wanted to lay out some things that I've been thinking about in terms of like rules and how it's going to work. So, okay, I totally forgot to mention that this No Buy 2024 is for anyone to join in. I've started a channel in the Discord. It's currently locked, and I will add more things to it as I put it in. But yeah, this is something that anyone can join in if you want to do it in solidarity and see how we go. But yeah, that's the vibe. So, No Buy 2024. How are we going to do this? Right, well, first of all, Defining the dates for No Buy 2024 will be from the 1st of January 2024 until the 31st of December 2024. Kind of makes sense. It's the full year. Second, what does it mean? It means that I will not be purchasing any new items of clothing or secondhand items of clothing for the duration of said period. Tough, yes. However, part of this challenge is to also become more in tune and aware of what I am purchasing, and how I'm going to go about that is introducing these, I guess, rules for the process. First rule, there will be 5 pieces, 5, let's say, grail items that can work for 2024. Now, I have to lock these in at the end of 2023. They need to be locked in December 31st, 2023. And for the duration of the challenge, the thing that I will be doing, if any of those items comes up at a price that I'm comfortable to pay, I'm okay to buy it. It's only 5 pieces, and workshopping this idea with friends, they've asked as well, if you receive a piece and you don't like it, can you sell it on and then, add another piece to the tally? No, not at all. So if, say, I have this pair of, let's say, trousers that I find, I love, I buy them, they come in, I get them, I don't like them, and then sell them, I cannot add a new piece to said list. The list has to be locked in and cannot be edited or changed from the end of 2023. Now, the point of this is, so I have 5 pieces in there that I've thought about and have said, look, this is what grails. These are things that I really, really would like if I'm able to find them at a decent price. And the test of that is, if down the track, 1 month, 2 months, 10 months down the track, if I find it, am I still motivated to buy it? Because I've noticed that a lot of things that you see, you have that motivation, you have that excitement of, oh, yes, I really want to buy that. And if you kind of leave it in your wish list, very, very soon that excitement dissipates. And so I want to see whether I'm able to still have the same drawn affinity to something down the track than I would, earlier on when I first make that list. That being said, I've sat and tried to think about 5 pieces. I can think about 2, which I won't name now. I'll do like a proper, this is where we lock it all in video. And it's hard to think of any more because it is difficult. Like, how do you just decide that these are going to be the things that you're going to buy next year, right? It's tough. So yeah, there will be 5 pieces. Next up, basics, if necessary, are okay to buy. And by basics, I'll say socks, underwear, t-shirts, like basic t-shirts. I'm not talking anything designer or special, literally something you might get at Kmart, get it uniquely. Just t-shirts that are just like a basic thing you can pop on. Perhaps a couple of like pairs of gym shorts. The basics, they are allowed if said ones in your closet are beginning to fall apart, beginning to get a bit weary, and you can't really fix them up. That's fixing up a t-shirt that costs you maybe $20. I don't know how into it a lot of people are, but they will be allowed as well. Next, there is no punishment if you fail this. This is just a personal challenge to see whether you're able to do it. If you're unable to do it for whatever reason, look, I'm not going to stop you. Like it's just purely for fun. And also, in regards to fun, what if somebody gifts you a piece? Now, definitely allowed. You can't just give something back and say, "Oh, look, like I'm doing a no buy. I can't accept this." But usually people will buy you something, not necessarily with having checked in with you first. So no one's going to be like, "Oh, I want to get you a birthday gift. What do you want?" And you say, "I want a pair of CCP tornado boots." And like, I don't know how, but so they give you this, kind of bending the rules a bit. It's more like if a family member or somebody gives you, say, a jacket, a button-up shirt, that's welcome to be accepted because it is a gift, and we don't want to be ungracious to those who do think of us and like to gift us things out of the goodness of their hearts. Like, you don't have to give anyone anything, but yeah. So gifts are allowed too, just as long as you're not influencing what said gift is. So these are the things that I've got so far for the list. There's just not a lot of rules because there's just not a lot that you really have to lay out for such a thing as a no buy. It's really just, I wonder if I can do it. I think I can definitely do it. And I'm most excited to just stop thinking about buying clothes. And I will, yes, I will, if I can find cool things to sell on my Instagram shop and stuff, yes, that will continue. But the thing is that they won't be pieces for me. I will be moving them on. So it's less of the whole, oh, if it doesn't sell, I'll keep it. It's more like, nope, this has to move. I'm not going to be keeping this for myself. And thinking about this whole no buy thing as well has had me thinking about things I've seen on the internet and also speaking to people in shops as well about buying things locally. Now, friends at Lastly who I visit, as often as I can, maybe like every few weeks, who have their beautiful shop down in the city in the Nicholas building, definitely check it out. Not a sponsored post. It's just a really, really cool shop. Going to visit them, and I've always thought, like, looking at the pieces being like, oh, great, cool. They are pricey. Let's be honest. They are a little bit pricey, and because a lot of them are Japanese, I have done my bit to, try and find them on Japanese marketplaces, see if I can find them a bit cheaper as well. But the more I spend time in the shop, go try things on, get to know the people, it's like these shops, these communities that these places foster, if you're not contributing to them, how can we be sad if they disappear? Like, I remember when the first time Lastly closed, I was sad about that. But also, I don't think I'd ever bought anything from there. I would go hang out there, but I would never buy anything. That being said, I wasn't employed full time. Now that I am, I could potentially buy things. But it's had me thinking, and then seeing another post from Derek Guy, the menswear dude on Twitter, posting similar sentiments about if you're not buying from these local shops that go to the effort of curating something, are there to always chat to you and, help you try things on, work things out together. If you're just going to go look and then look online and buy things online, these shops aren't going to last. You can't just keep putting the onus on, oh, somebody else will buy it. Someone else with money is going to do it. And that's something that I've always thought. I have been this person. I go into these shops and I look at pieces and then immediately check how much I can find them for online, or add them to things being like, I'm going to find a better deal online and then I'm going to get it and that's going to be sweet. And I feel like now that I'm in a position where I have a full-time job and a salary coming in, I should make more of an informed effort to try and purchase things at local shops. I don't want to talk like chains or these like larger boutiques, but say small independent shops where like they're really focused on this one thing. There's like a Japanese denim place in the city. Denim is not my thing, but that kind of vibe. Lastly as well, I have got my eyes on a couple of things that I really would love to purchase something like these things. And I think that to an extent, I want that to be part of my ethos going forward. And I understand that that's something that not everyone's going to be able to do for various reasons. Budget, proximity to shops. Like, sometimes you don't have the accessibility to these kind of things based on where you may live. And that's completely fair. Online shopping we're so lucky to live in a time where you can actually get things shipped from anywhere in the world to your place. I couldn't have fathomed it when I was much younger. I remember buying my first thing on eBay, which turned out to be a fake. And my parents never forgave me for it because I begged and begged and begged. I was like, please, let's use your credit card. And my dad was like, no, it's so dangerous to do this. And I was like, please, come on. It's such a good thing. And then it turned out to be fake. And it was like, those were different days. So that's something I want to be better at. And it's more, I'm just saying this as like, maybe consider it. Like, I know it's not going to convince everyone and people do love a deal. And it brings me to this sentiment that I have seen before in the discourse, which has kind of sat with me for a while. And I think I'm beginning more and more to understand it. But the way it sort of goes is that a purchase for something that you want, to make it more relevant here, we'll say in terms of like fashion, but a purchase should be something that impacts you. Not in a little, but it should be something that you're like, oh, okay, not necessarily I have to be eating like cup noodles for the next 3 weeks, but it should be something where you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna put a dent in my wallet. and I'm going to need to be absolutely sure that this is what I want because of the expense of it all. And that rings so true because a lot of the buying that I've done in the past, it's like, oh, this thing's under this amount of money, or it's only this much. Like, I'd be stupid not to buy it, right? Like, I'm never gonna find something like this affordable again. And then you just like you build up a wardrobe, but it's of things that you got that you thought were cool, but you weren't necessarily looking for them. And as great as that can be, there's less of it didn't really affect you as much, if that makes sense. And obviously this scales to, what your budget may be, but I want to try and incorporate that into my future potential buying as well, where if I'm going to buy something, it's going to hurt me. Not physically, maybe a bit emotionally. And this will be easy to do when things are bought locally because of just so many things. Import taxes, shipping, paying rent, paying employees. Things that just bring the cost of something that, say, you were buying from a marketplace up to buying it in-store locally, where it will affect you and you're just going to have to be like, look, I've thought about it, I've budgeted for it, and now I know that I won't be able to buy anything for the next indefinite period of time because this thing cost me money. And I really genuinely want to make more of an informed decision to buy my things like that going forward. Again, that sounds very, very privileged to say, and it is. I am in a place of privilege at the moment where I can do that. But if you are as well, you can make this work within your budget too. Like, even if you are not earning a lot of money, say if you are buying lots of things, let's just say, for example, you're getting things because you find them at like $20. Well, what if you did find something that you really wanted and it was going to cost $100? That would mean that you wouldn't be able to make a lot of impulse buying, but that $100 thing that you wanted, you would have more of an affinity to because you saved for it, you put your money towards it, and it also meant that you're not able to buy anything for a period going ahead. And this all sounds very, capitalist nightmare of me, but I suppose what I'm trying to go for is just being more in tune with what you're buying and spending more time thinking about it and making it more of an investment so that when you do see it, like, oh, hell yeah, like this jacket, like I saved for it and I worked towards it. Not, oh yeah, I got it because it was cheap and I wear it and I love it, but there's less of a connection to it because you sought after and you went for it. So they're things I'd like to go for in future. We'll see whether anything comes of it, but yeah. Thanks for listening to that. Let me show you a piece that I got the other day. Okay, so this came in the other day and it is a Julius piece. Julius. When's it from? Pre-Spring 2020, Untrue Collection. Item code 687CUM. Now, I will be making a how to identify Julius pieces video now that I've sort of learned how to do that. Thank you very much, Elliot, lastly, for helping me with that. But yeah, because it is starting to get hot, want something more singlets. I've cropped a Uniqlo top. I've cropped this Japanese band Sakanaction top last year that I wear sometimes. I actually wear it to bed. But then found this singlet type thing. What's the material? Mesh double face. So it's got this like texture to it, which is quite nice up front. It's very, very long. Like it approaches down here. And one side is longer than the other. Over here. Also has this hole. And when I saw this, I thought this is very Rick Owens. I'm not sure the name of those tops, but you can kind of like wear them into each other. And this one can definitely do that too. You can just fold it up and wear this part over your shoulder, and the top then becomes like a cropped piece. I'm sure you could also put it over your neck as well and crop it that way too. You've got options, which is nice. I've worn this a couple of times to the protests in the city for the pro-Palestine protests. Pro-Palestine protests. Pro-Palestine protests. Pro-Palestine protests. Yeah, say that 10 times fast. In the city. And yeah, it's been really lovely. It's nice and long, so it looks nice with kind of bottoms that go wide. I suppose they would look good with drop crotch as well, because that is the style of top too. But yeah, happy with it. I got this, I think it was maybe $50 or $60. It was a pretty good deal. And it was just lucky because I've been thinking, oh, I really want to get a singlet. Do I just keep cutting the sleeves off tops that I already have? And then this came up because I was thinking, oh, I'd love a long line one. And this came up, happy with it. And exactly there is a thing of buying things sort of by impulse, which I want to try and avoid next time. But yeah, so that's the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you might feel motivated to do this No by 2024 with me. I will do a video of the rules and outline like a proper stinger, like, wah, wah, here are the rules, wah, wah, here's what we do. And then hoping to post like monthly updates on that as well, seeing how we go, what I do end up buying, just also going over things that I'm selling, things that I'm not wearing. I reckon it's exciting. I am genuinely excited for it, and I hope you are too. So, as always, thanks for watching. Take care, have fun, be safe, and don't do anything I do except maybe go to a protest. Showing numbers, showing solidarity is very, very important, and it's great to stand up for what you believe in. And yeah, you'll take care, be safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.